What's up and welcome to The Cap, the place where we always keep you in the conversation. Today, the hardest test in the world, the Godfather strikes again, and the poorest schmuck who became the richest prick. All that and more, it's time to get capped. Let's go. I am so stoked because this is one of my favorite weeks of the year, the US Open Golf Championship. So let's go ahead and jump in the time machine to set this whole thing up. Andrew Carnegie was born in Scotland to a poor family who migrated to the United States in 1848. After years spent working hard, he built the Pittsburgh Carnegie Steel Company, setting the tone for the city's economy and identity for generations to come. Now, Pittsburgh is a blue-collar town who embraces hard challenges and appreciates adversity, so there's no doubt the people will travel to the northeast suburbs the next 4 days to watch the best golfers in the world take on the hardest golf course in the world, the Oakmont Country Club, for the US Open. A course the late Ben Hogan said requires as much thinking as any course I've ever seen. As it stands right now, Texan Andrew Landry is at the top of the leaderboard, but keep an eye on the big three: Jason Day, Rory McIlroy, and Jordan Spieth, who's already gotten off to a good start. My dark horse is going to be Brooks Koepka this week. He hits it long and has an even keel nature. And my unicorn is NCAA champion from Oregon, Aaron Weiss. Regardless, this course is tough. The greens will firm up and the pressure will mount. So whoever wants to be at the leaderboard, at the top of the leaderboard on Sunday, needs to remember one thing Stephen Hawking said: intelligence is the ability to adapt to change. Over to baseball, where Clayton Kershaw continued his world domination, this time in Arizona, picking up his 10th win of the season with 11 strikeouts, helping the Dodgers beat the Diamondbacks 3-2. And in the ATL, Freddie Freeman, well, he was straight free-falling as he hit for the cycle. That means he had a single, double, triple, and a home run, something no Brave has done since 2008 as Atlanta beat Cincinnati 9-8. And staying in baseball for the stat of the day, yesterday in San Diego as the Marlins took on the Padres, Ichiro Suzuki got his 4,257th hit to become the unofficial all-time hit leader ever, jumping ahead of Pete Rose. Now that's quite a feat, and congrats to Ichiro. In basketball, Game 6 of the NBA Finals gets underway in Cleveland in a few hours, and three things are happening. LeBron James is being motivated, Kevin Love is being shamed, and the fans are all coming together. Let me explain. LeBron James stays off social media and the internet during the playoffs, and instead he's watching The Godfather. He said it's about family. Oh, and by the way, Klay Thompson's dad Michael said LeBron couldn't play in the 80s, so that's probably motivating him too. A fan started a GoFundMe page for Kevin Love not to play tonight, and the fans of Cleveland will be wearing black shirts that say "Defend the Land." But all that being said, Draymond Green will be back, and Steve Kerr and his team will show up. So don't be a bit surprised if these Warriors don't end it tonight and go straight back to back. Let's roll to soccer. As if today wasn't already a big enough day in sports, the U.S. men's national soccer team is taking on Ecuador this evening in Seattle. Unfortunately, they'll be doing it without DeAndre Yedlin after he got a red card last game. And if there was ever a time they needed DeAndre Yedlin, it's right now. Because Ecuador gives fullbacks fits. They play fast and they play wide. Jurgen Klinsmann's going to have to rally the troops. Clint Dempsey needs a huge game, and so does Bobby Wood. But if that all happens, I think the U.S. get through the quarterfinals and they move on. And finally, today in Entertainment Capital, I want to tell you a little story. Larry David grew up in a Brooklyn neighborhood to a hardworking Jewish family. He became a stand-up comedian with a dry sense of humor, and now he's famously obsessed with golf. He says of golf, golf's the only thing that you can practice every day for 6 months straight and just not get any better at. One thing he is good at, though, is creating television shows, and he's made millions of dollars doing it. He created Seinfeld, a show about absolutely nothing, and Curb Your Enthusiasm, an improvised show where he plays a version of himself that had an 8-year run on HBO. Now, after a 5-year hiatus, David just announced Curb's coming back for a 9th season, and fans are going bananas. David's response: I left, I did nothing, and now I returned. Yeah, you did, Larry. You went and you played a lot of golf at Riviera. And that's the story of how a poor schmuck became a rich prick. That's it for us today. I'm Brook, and you've been capped.